Okay, I finally do another live stream or broadcast or podcast or whatever that is in the different days, obviously. So it was already the next day that I previously think have I will have a little bit more free time than in the two previous days. But it turns out that I don't really have those much free time, even though it was have a bigger free time than those two previous days. But yeah, maybe because I just don't know what things that I basically wanted to do as well. So I only try to finish the. That's weird. So I try to finish the remaining unboxing video that I just basically tried to record yesterday. So it was not really a long unboxing, so it's only around less than 15 minutes for two videos. Even though there is actually one more package that I haven't been unboxing, and I'm not sure whether I will try to unbox it today or not, because it was actually a very cheap package, even though it definitely need to be tested, because I was trying to bought a hard drive. So it was a laptop hard drive for around $2, which is basically pretty cheap, because I just don't know whether it will still work or not. But from the description it should be work, but I never really see the hard drive that's basically still working in that price, especially with a very quite big capacity. So it's around 320 gigabyte of storage. So yeah, hopefully it was going to be the way that I expected, because for some reason other buyers seems to be not really interested with these things as well. So I'm not sure, because the description seems to be have some bad sector, but it was not really big. So the condition from the crystal disk application is still considered good, which I just don't understand what the exact mean of those things. And I decided not to ask to the seller, because I just wanted just curious to test it directly. And I'm not sure whether if it was not goes the way that I expected, I can actually raise a protest with my unboxing video or not, because yeah, it will definitely not really convenient perhaps. So yeah, and what kind of other things that I basically wanted to do, but I wanted to talk about, but definitely if it eventually goes the way that I expected, so it's still working to save some data. I never really wanted to save a precious data in there, so it's just probably the data that I just never really want to see it again, but at the same time I just don't want to delete it immediately. So yeah, that's the reason why. Yeah, it's only 4 minutes, and I basically not really talk about many things yet. Yeah, we'll have meeting in around 7 minutes remaining, so definitely I will try to end this live stream when it was already 10 minutes perhaps. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure whether after I basically do the daily short meetings, I I wanted to do a good behavior recording or not, because yesterday when I tried to do the good behavior, I only tried to do it immediately, not without any kind of recording, because for some reason recording those kind of content like the karaoke social media account. So yeah, that's the reason why. And what else? So I'm actually still wait for several package to be arrive as well. So it was actually pretty expensive package. So it's around $60 perhaps each. So the total will be around $120, which is basically one of my highest spend perhaps in a very short time, even though I'm just recently got a monthly refill for my income, and I'm just immediately trying to waste it for buying unnecessary things. But yeah, I just try to do it because I don't know. So I just recently or successfully sell one of my mechanical keyboards. So even though it was actually cheaper than one that I basically tried to buy it again, but since it was actually much better perhaps in terms of the build quality, so I decided to buy it. Besides, at the time that I basically buy those mechanical keyboard, it's only have two stock left, and I just don't want to waste it, but because I just don't know whether it will be restocked or not. But eventually, when I try to check it again, it was restocked again. So yeah, it was already restocked several times. So, but I never really thought that it can it it was restocked at the time that basically already have a very little stock. So yeah, because I previously thought that the reason why the seller tried to discount this kind of mechanical keyboard is because they just want to deprecate the items and never really want to restock it again. But it eventually it's still restocked, even though there are two colors of this item and one of them is still not restocked, even though I basically still like the color that was restocked. So yeah, well, I cannot no longer I cannot cancel the transaction because it's already processed. So yeah, oh well, maybe I just need to sell more stuffs in order to have more income, because yeah, I basically already in the limit of my spend for the next month until the next refill, the monthly refill or salary or payroll, whatever that is. So yeah, that's the reason why I need to basically try to sell something. And the second package that I was also wait is actually the package that I basically already wanted to buy as well, but try to postpone over and over again and wait until it finally restock, because yeah, it was not a deprecated items, but it's often out of stock as well and restock in after several days. So it was a 512 gigabytes of SanDisk UltraFit flash drive, which is basically pretty good, even though at some point, if you talk about my previous experience with those flash drive, which is in the 256 gigabyte of capacity, I never really utilize it until 100%, because for some reason at the time that it reached 50% of capacity, it's just immediately become read-only storage devices. So I just don't want to lose any data by formatting into be in order to be able to not read only again. So yeah, that's the reason why. So hopefully this 512 gigabytes of storage can be utilized pretty good for my data, which is basically in a similar price like 500 gigabyte of external hard drive. So that's the reason why I just prefer to buy the flash drive instead of hard drive, because it's just way much smaller and it can actually plug it in into the laptop all the time. So yeah,